What up, everybody? It's Htgawm. Let's talk about it. This is How to Get Away with Murder, Season 4, Season 6, Episode 4. What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What up, everybody? It's Htgawm. What up, everybody? It's Htgawm. Everybody, let's talk about it. All right, y'all. I wrote some notes this time, so boom, let's go ahead and get into it. We start off with Connor in the panic attack. He was going into the panic attack after they showed him a picture. We don't know what was on the picture, but I'm guessing we're going to find out soon. Michaela can hear through the wall, and she's screaming, Connor, Connor, oh my God, Connor, Connor, oh my God. The picture that's on the table that she's looking at is the picture of the poker, the same poker that they was beating the pillow with earlier in the other episode. So we going to see how this all going to connect at some point. Annalise wakes up. She goes to her her kitchen. She pulls out a burner phone. She calls and tells the bank that she may make a transfer of $50,000. Okay, and she asks what the balance is, and they say $200-some thousand. I'm like, well, my God, she's got some money hidden some way. Who is she transferring $50,000 to? Why is she transferring $50,000? Okay, what is the tea, Annalise? We also see Gabriel listening to the tape, which is so creepy and weird. Just like, I'm so tired of Gabriel. Like, what is his point? We see Tegan, getting up, looking at something in the morning. We also see Michaela looking up her dad, and she tells Connor and I think it's Asher, or Connor and Oliver that she's going to the Poconos with Gabriel and she needs to pack her stuff and all of that stuff. Asher gets up and goes to see Bonnie in the morning and, get a ride to work and tell her, congratulations, I guess, for getting a job or whatever. And she was like, you just need a ride. And he was like, yeah, kinda. On the tape again, like I said, Gabriel's listening to her talk about how she was in love with Eve and, maybe she's just running away from her feelings. Like I said, this is an ongoing theme throughout the episode. We also see Nate going to his safe and he pulls out those files, those ones he said he burned a couple of seasons ago. He didn't burn them. And he looks at the files. FBI, they want him to help close the case. We see him, talking to them. And they go through this whole speech about him sacrificing himself. And when they said she ruined his life, I was like, she kind of did ruin your career. I'm not going to lie to you when she accused you of murder. But, it was a frame job and, get something on Annalise for them. And they may even have a job for him. So they kind of threw it out there. So we see him looking at the files and looking at Annalise's files. Is he going to turn? At this point, I love Nate, but he's starting to get on my nerves as a character. It's kind of like, I know your dad died. I know things happen, but it's time to move forward. Like, what are you going to do with your life? It's like he's obsessed with this case. So the case of the week this week basically is a man that feels he's being discriminated against on a dating app. He's disabled and he only gets matched with other disabled people. He feels like he deserves to have, better matches, different matches, and he feels that the algorithm is discriminating. So they offer him $50,000 and he says, no, money is worth his humiliation. And then he pulls out another paper talking about he's going to file for this Civil Rights Act violation. They in violation. Team is like, get Oliver down here. He need to find some dirt on this dude so we can bury the dude. Oliver, in the meanwhile, is at the house. He getting high, baking brownies and stuff. They're also calling for Michaela, and Michaela's not answering the phone because her and Gabriel are at some type of conference. They're trying to get this man's cup, supposedly supposed to be her daddy, and get the DNA off the cup. And he was like, why don't you just talk to him? And she was like, I can't just talk to him. He's gonna lie. He's gonna deny it. He's this, he's that. And so you know how Michaela is. She be on one. They go to this conference and he's like a tastemaker. He's one of these people that, are investing in women. He's a feminist and he's going through all these different things. And she's just sitting in there just, sulking about he's a fraud and blah, blah, blah and all of this. So the guy seems like a pretty nice guy. Gabriel was like, I kind of like him actually. Oliver shows up with some dirt on Carl, the old dude, the disabled guy with the suit, and come to find out he is an incel. An incel is an involuntary celibate person, usually a man who doesn't like women because they will not have sex with them, okay? So they feel entitled. Those nice guys who say, I'm so nice, that means you should do X, Y, and Z because I've been nice to you. They feel as though, even if you're not attracted to them, even if they're sort of an asshole, even if, whatever the case may be, that just because they're nice to you, that you should want to have sex with him. So, and my thing is, you're disabled, so why you discriminate against other disabled people? Why you can't be with nobody that's disabled? But the app does discriminate. It does have an algorithm. He wants them to change the algorithm. But basically, this dude been talking noise about women and, all of this horrible stuff he done said about women, and they bring it to him. And he just wants Heidi to change the algorithm. She offered him $5 million. She offered him $10 million. And he tells her no. He just wants a fair shot at love and all this. Anna Annalise, Tegan, you know, they all talk about what's going on. This guy, Robert, is her lawyer, a lawyer for the app or whatever. So he's like kind of our comic relief, you know. And they talk about the app and, oh, I would never be on the app and all this and that. Bonnie comes in there and Tegan gives her assignment to dig up some more dirt. Bonnie goes into Tegan's office. She reads the divorce papers, or she takes the whole file. I was like, damn, girl, you think she ain't gonna notice the whole file that's going off her desk, child? I cannot. Okay, girl, you could literally took a picture with your phone, but who are me, okay? And she brings those papers to Nate and says, well, all her assets are in here. Maybe you can tie her to something with the Castillos. You know, maybe you can tie her to how your daddy died. He, in turn, brings these papers to the FBI, and they're like, listen, we not asked you to do all this. We asked you for something on Annalise. He was like, listen, you want me to help you? You gonna have to do some work for me, all right? So put this paper into action and see what you can do with it. Michaela and Gabriel are talking about, you know, what happened that day, and like he's listening to the tapes and she's like, what are they talking about? And he was talking about her, basically her sex life. And I'm like, at some point, are you really gonna continue to, oh my gosh, it was too much. Annalise is also looking at the app. She's signing up for the app and whoop, she's swiping, and guess what she see? Oh boy, on the app. Tegan's wife called and she's like, call your wife, you know what I'm saying, if you want to talk to her. And she was like, nah, he talking to a man, his name is Patrick. And so she was like, oh, okay, girl, we're gonna sign the divorce papers. You and Annalise was like, you ain't got time for no men, child. She messing with a man, so you know it's different now. We see Michaela at the bar with her dad, and she's like stalking him basically, and she gets up and tries to get a glass, but just before she gets there, the bartender gone snatched it right on up, so she missed her opportunity. Then we see Asher, Oliver, and Connor talking about a threesome, and it low-key felt like Asher wanted to be in a threesome, okay? I was a little perplexed and confused and bewildered, okay? But, you know, we're here, and, you know, Oliver seemed like, I don't understand why this whole plot line was necessary. Like, did we need to see this? Ain't got nothing to do with homosexuality or nothing like that. It's just like, it was just extra for no reason. Like, it just was through in there for no reason. Like, this was so extra. Y'all could have been doing something constructive with your time. You know what I'm saying? Oliver said he want to have a threesome, and for Connor to be the whole of the relationship, he basically was like, you could tell he wasn't really with it. He was kind of with it, but he wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? So they looking for that. Like I said, Annalise signed up for the app, and she starts swiping, and she seen old dude. So she tells him this when she sees him the next day, and she was like, oh, he was like, oh, you must be on the app too or whatever. And she was like, I don't put my face on it, it's just for research purposes. And he was like, yeah, you probably get too many likes. He kept hitting on her the entire episode. He tells her, listen, if you hide that secret, I know you got some more secrets you gotta hide. Why was it so easy for her to roll that $5 million, to roll that $10 million off just like that, like it was nothing? And so it got to be a reason. And so we find out, well, we see her talking to Tegan, that basically she was selling this algorithm to the government for like $50 million, and they was going to use it to like discriminate against people for like housing and jobs and different opportunities or whatever based on the desirability, you know, in the algorithm or whatever. So like it was discriminatory, and she goes to Tegan with this information, and you know, Tegan give her the whole like, I'm not selling out, bitch, I'm buying in. You know what I'm saying? I ain't selling out, I'm buying in, girl. And when I have all the power, I can fix all this, which I think is a little unrealistic way, but I understand what she's saying. She worked hard, and she ain't worrying about like who is gonna be affected at this point. Like, I need all the power I can get so that I can help people. You can't help people with no power. So she like, you're gonna focus on us winning this case, girl, and stop trying to be a justice warrior. Ain't nobody got time for that. They at the Solomon conference again, Michaela and Gabriel. So he's talking about, you know, women and equity pay and wage parity at his company. And Michaela stands up because she just can't take it no more. You know, she's just salty as hell. And she starts talking to him about, you know, has he ever slept with one of his clients, or not him directly, but if he had, a man had did that, you know, that would mean he was exploiting women. And he was like, yes, they would, girl, you right. That's the tea. Yep, they would be. You should expel them and you know, cancel them, and yes, do all of that, sis, all of it. Okay, anything else? What's your name? Laurel Castillo. Oh, that's your name? Oh, all right. Like, you can tell he knew who she was right then. Like, it was pretty apparent. Old boy comes back and he like, listen, she ain't gonna change the algorithm. That's the end all be all. Deal with it, live with it. It is what it is. What they decided was to set him up, right? So basically they got Asher to be a douchebag and go to him and be like, oh, that bitch is doing this and that to me at the job, and I can't da-da-da, and why are women like X, Y, and Z? And so he gave Carl the password. You could tell that Carl was like, is this a setup? You trying to set me up? But he took it anyway. And people were saying that they think they hacked into his computer. Ain't nobody hacking his full computer. This is how pitiful he is. He gets on the computer and he got one little thing and went crazy with it and posted a nasty video of her or something like that. So they sort of set him up and then they used it against him. He posted it on Reddit. He denies it, but they got the IP address. They got him. His lawyer's like, listen, you need to throw the towel in. Like, it's time. Go ahead, throw out the white flag, baby. Let it go. And he's like, no, I would never do that. I would never. The FBI talks to Nate and they said they have found information from the records from the divorce papers that Nate gave them that she owns a share in a company, and one of the owners of the company is Laurel Castillo. Dun, 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 dun. He feels like Laurel, basically Tegan helped Laurel escape or run away, and that was payment for that. Annalise catch Carl coming down the hallway. He wheeling down the hallway, you know what I'm saying, doing the best he can. And Annalise read him down to the floor, baby. She tells him he feels like he's entitled. You feel like everybody's supposed to do this because you are this, and you know, and he was like, you don't know what it feels like for people to look at you, and you don't know discriminate against. She was like, I'm a dark-skinned black woman. Like, I deal with rejection every day. I had more rejection you ever had in your life. Some people do not see me as any type of attractive. They see me as a threat. Baby, when I'm saying she read them down and she said I hated them for it, but it ain't do nothing but eat me alive. And just like it's doing to you, basically, if you want somebody to love you, you need to love yourself first. I said, you better love yourself first. Baby, he dropped the suit. Jesus dropped the charges. What? When they was leaving out the office, Annalise made sure to tell old girl that you discriminating, bitch. You out here trying to discriminate and stop people from getting opportunities based on X, Y, and Z. And you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna be shit. Your mama ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You go to hell, girl, in a handbasket. Flaming draws. Okay, with Htgawm poured all over you. Like, we tired. Okay? Bye. Good night. Goodbye. Cancel you. You cancel. And she was like, well, didn't you get a whole career out of, like, getting people out of jail, murderers, rapers out of jail? She was like, yes, and I'm going straight to hell, bitch, but I'm going to see you there, sis, because you damn sure going to go to hell with all this BS you doing, girl. This is some real, girl, bye. You tried it. Robert follows her out in the hallway, and he's like, listen, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. I like your mind. I think you cute or whatever. I won't go out with you sometime. Because she was first like, you people say you hitting on me. Like, are you hitting on me? He was like, I mean, yeah. Like, girl, I like you. I think you fly. I think you cute or whatever. And like, you know what I'm saying? I won't holler at you. So, you know, if you down, I'm down. We good. Like, I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do? Let's go to dinner. And she was like, I ain't got time for this. You know how Annalise be like, you'll trust me. You don't want to date me. She get on the elevator and he looking real good. He like a little snack. You know what I'm saying? Like a little snack or whatever. A little Mediterranean type of snack. You feel me? The elevator's about to close and she's like, I like ice cream. So they gonna go out for ice cream. Tyler and Oliver found a date. The date's gonna come over, and Asher's really sad because nobody wants him. Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely. He's so sad. Nobody wants him. He just pouting because Michaela don't want him like she the only person in the whole wide world, child. Asher, get over it. Go find you somebody. I'm sure it's some little goofy woman who won't be with you, okay? But then he changed his mind when he get a swipe. He got a right swipe. He got a hot date tonight with a supermodel. So he like, you know, forget all that I just said. I'm about to get some ass. I'm out. Peace. Bonnie goes to Tegan with the information she was supposed to get, and Tegan is like, girl, I am so sorry. We closed the case. I forgot to tell you that. And as she's leaving, she tells her, I saw the divorce papers on your desk, to which obviously Tegan gets very upset, right? She like, girl, why are you going through my shit? She was like, you getting a bad deal, girl. That stock you got is worth like $500,000 now, and she shouldn't be getting half of it, especially since she left you. You getting a raw deal. And Tegan is like, well, I don't want any of it. She can have all of it. Jorge Castillo gave me that stock, you know, when I was working for him, and it's blood money. You know, I regret what I did to get it, so she can have it all. Like, I don't want any of it. So we can take this as Tegan is trying to, you know, trick Bonnie by kind of like giving all the information, hiding in plain sight. When you just tell people the truth, and they be like, oh, well, she told me why, and you know, I'm not gonna investigate any further. Or she's really telling the truth. So I don't know. It just goes time to, do you trust Tegan? Do you trust Tegan? Y'all let me know in the comments. She told her, don't look through my shit no more, girl, or you gonna be fired. Gabriel still listening to these tapes just all out of order. And Michaela, you know, asks him what it's about. And, you know, he's like, basically, this is about her sex life. And she's like, ew, this is gross. So she wants to sneak into the dad's room and get, you know, a toothbrush or something for him to get his DNA. And Gabriel's like, can't you just talk to him? I'm sitting here listening to tapes, trying to figure out what happened with my father in my life or whatever. Like, you have to understand, like, you have your father that's alive and breathing. Like, why don't you just talk to him? And she's like, well, Asher would have did it for me. And here he go. He was like, oh, really, bitch? Like, this is what you gonna do? And well, this is why nobody don't stay with you, girl. This is why right here. This is it. If you wanted to know. And she's like, look, if you can't support me in my bullshit mission to go get my daddy and sneak into his room, then, you know, you need to leave. Get out. Get out here right now. And so he get his stuff and go. And I don't blame him. Hey, Gabriel, why do you like her? Like, why? She sneak in this man's room. She slide by the maid, sneak into the room. Child, when that man came in that room and she hit that mannequin, child, this bitch, I died. When they showed that wide shot and she was laying on that damn floor, I said, girl, you couldn't find nowhere to hide. Oh my God. That tickled me. I don't know, y'all. I laughed. And so right when she thinks she getting away, of course, he comes out and he's like, Michaela, I know you. And so she runs out the room screaming and crying like, girl, calm down. John and Oliver have the threesome. I don't, like I said, this was just extra unnecessary and just like totally extraneous. They could have spent this time, the time they spent on this, doing something else. Like, I just felt like it was totally extra, just a sex scene just thrown there for nothing. But Connor and Oliver have a threesome with some rando. Annalise and old guy at the ice cream shop, and they talking about embarrassing things, and she's like, well, you know, I'm an alcoholic, a really bad one. And he's like, well, you know, I'm broke, basically. I got bad credit. I hate to tell people I've been a lawyer for how many years, and I'm broke, basically. And she's like, well, you know, people think I killed my husband. He was like, you didn't kill your husband? I mean, you didn't kill him? She's like, nah, I ain't kill him, you know what I'm saying? But people think I did, you know. Basically, like, she knows what she's serving, like, real stoic and mean and nasty, and people think she's all these things, but she's really not. She was like, underneath all this, I'm just a mess. All this chocolate goodness you looking at, baby, this good. You see this, you see this wrap, honey? You see that beach curl? Okay, so she was like, underneath all of this, I'm a hot ass mess. Basically, like, it's a mess. And he was like, listen, I really am fascinated with your mind. You know, I understand one Google search, I can see all the reasons why I would want to date you, but I'm fascinated with you. Basically, he's saying I like you and I will pursue you, but I'm not about to chase you like you want me to do. I'm not about to chase you. Okay, so, like, I will pursue you. I have no problem with it. But he was like, basically, like, give a brother a chance. And she was like, you know what? I ain't had no dick in a real long time. And Emmett dead. So, you know what? We ain't even get a chance to bounce on that thing, not even one time. Gabriel shows up at Annalise's apartment and he's all mad again. Child, don't nobody care. Talking about, son, you manipulated my dad. He didn't hit on you. You manipulated my dad. And, you know, he played some of the tape where she's like, I met somebody else. You know, he's this, he's that. He's all these wonderful things. But, you know, he just happens to be my therapist. And Gabriel is just like, you manipulate. I'm like, baby, it don't matter. She was his patient. Did she manipulate him to pull his penis out and have sex with her? Like, I'm confused. You know, we're not going to do this, Gabriel. This is what we're not going to do, Gabriel. Don't nobody care. We on season 6. Don't nobody care. We don't care. I was like, boy, get out of here. Grow up. Get over it. Go to therapy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But if I was Annalise, I'd be like, boy, get out of my house. Okay, with this BS. I'm trying to go to sleep. We don't care. At the same time, we see Michaela walking up to the bar. She sits down with her dad, and he's like, you know, whatever. She's like, well, I'm only gonna sit down, you know, if you let me ask you whatever questions you want to. And he tell her that he been waiting for this whole life. After she's like, how did you know who I am? He was like, at the panel. I've been waiting for this moment for my whole life. Like, why you been waiting, sir? You a millionaire. Obviously, why didn't you go and try to see your daughter? But who knows if he's the dad? Who knows? Like, I feel like it's a little bit more to this story that's gonna be yet to unfold, because we still need Dana to chime in. Okay, we need Dana. Where she at? Asher, and boom, boom, boom on his door, and he opens the door, and it's his sister. His sister is there, and she needs to talk to him about something. Who knows what? She was the girl that was on the swipe left. It was her. I'm like, how did they? That don't even make sense. But you know what? Whatever. Tegan picks up the phone in her office, and she calls Cora and says she ready to do that thing. Something tells me we're gonna meet Miss Cora, and I don't want to be invested in no more new characters. Okay, y'all gonna meet her and kill her, because pretty much I'm cool. If I'm cool on meeting Cora, like, I don't want no more new people. It's about to go off. I don't have time for this. Bonnie tells Nate about the stock and, you know, what the story that Tegan told her. And he's like, you know, she paid off Laurel or Laurel paid her off when she da-da-da. So, you know, they could still be connected. Like, Nate is just dead set obsessed on Tegan having something to do with something. And she was like, well, listen, maybe I'm wrong about you because I don't know. I ain't got time. Like, you really acting real crazy right now. Robert texts Annalise and asks her, do she want to go to dinner? That was right before Gabriel came in and stormed in with that BS child. Ain't nobody got time for Gabriel. While Bonnie is arguing with Nate, she figures out, like she said, makes him think makes her think different about him because she figures out that he's working for the FBI because of the information that they knew about her and Tegan, and I forgot how she figured it out, but she figured that shit out and it made sense. So she asked him, is he working with the FBI? Is he working with the FBI? And you know, he doesn't get a chance to answer, and there's a boom boom at the door, and child, they open the door and Frank is laid out half dead. I forgot he was over there with Xavier, Dominique, whoever, Jorge, you know what I'm saying, and the crew, and they beat him to a pulp. But you know what? He deserved to get his bitch ass beat up because we are tired of you running behind Laura raggedy taggedy ass, okay? We are tired of Laura's raggedy taggedy ass, and that's what you get because she is gone, baby, and you continue to run behind this hoe. Why are you running behind her? Because whatever evidence she got at this point, ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it but just deal with it if she put it out, or be glad when she burned that shit up. I don't know what to tell you, baby. But you deserve to get your ass beat because you just will not stop running behind this raggedy taggedy ass hoe. I'm tired of her. Oh Lord, I don't have to never see Laurel no more. Oh God, I'm so glad she gone, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I can't stand that off. Oh, that was it. That was how the episode went off. I want to hear your thoughts about this episode. It was really good, y'all. It was good. I'm sorry I be taking forever to make the videos. Like, I'm really sorry, but I really have a life. Okay, I be got stuff going on, honey. I be gone. I be at the rehearsals. I be working. So I'm just going to get them out to you. You know, I'm going to get them to you, but they probably will be late like all the time. Just live your life. Watch all the reviews, and then you can watch mine when you go into the gym. You know what I'm saying? When you get ready to watch the show for the next week, because that's basically what's happening. Okay, so I also have a video I did record, and I did try to upload for the episode before this, but it wouldn't upload for some reason. So I'm just going to tag it. I might put it at the end of this video, so if you can watch it if you want to. It's really just a review. It's only about 7 minutes long. All right, y'all. So I will holler at y'all next week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace.